So what's up everybody, and welcome back to Ziwa FX number one. Now if you're struggling with trading forex, let me show you something. This is Euro USD. I want to show you something very simple. Now one thing is, I'm going to be closing all my trades on Euro USD. Euro USD is running at over 100 pips. Don't forget, I'm a long-term trader, I'm a swing trader. It's already running at 100 pips, and I'm going to close all my sales, and we're going to be looking at this trade together. And this is a trade that whenever you see me talk about something, I've already given that trade. That was the setup on Euro USD. You can look at that. That was 25th of last month, meaning I've held it for over 1 week only. You get that? Now let's look at this Euro USD together. If you look at Euro USD very well, it's also one of my favorite pair. All this thing needs is patience and have a good broker that favors you when it comes to holding. Now the first thing that comes to your mind is what was the trend of the market? If you come even to the weekly time frame, you look at very well and you notice that price has been bullish. Okay, price has been bullish until price moved, until formed a high, and that was that high. Okay, but my interest majorly was on the daily time frame. Now if you zoom out the daily time frame very well, let me show you the daily time frame. If you zoom out the daily time frame very well, okay, zoom out the daily time frame very well, this is where the major issue happened, and that is where I'm gonna zoom out. That's where the major issue happened. So this is where my entry position was. Have you seen the zone? Let me use this to mark this. That is where my entry position is. Now, why I'm saying this was a good buy is this where we took the buy from. That was a good buy. Now, this pair is going to face some big resistance at this zone. Trust me on that one. This is a very good resistance zone. Now, what we're expecting from Euro USD here is, we're expecting Euro USD to retrace a bit. Not even a bit, but it will retrace over something like 60 pips, something up to that zone, before it either continues to push back. You get that? But if price doesn't do that, then expect it to just push. If price breaks above that zone, we shall be able to add more buys, and we show price has to move on until that high. You get that? Because our major target is this high. But how are we going to get to this high? Because there are also retracements in the market. You get that? So this is something that it's very simple, and I'm going to repeat again for you so you understand what I'm trying to say. I said one simple thing. Mark that highest point of the market. If price is bullish, then expect price to go until that zone. Okay? If the trend is bullish, then mark that major retracement. What is the major retracement? This was a major retracement zone. You guys can see that. That was a major retracement zone. And that is why price made a W pattern at this zone. And this is the reason why I took the buy, because of a W pattern. Now, as price is moving up, this is a major resistance zone. I'm going to be able to mark that resistance zone, this zone here. And we're going to be expecting resistance, of course, from the sellers at that zone. You see that zone? That is a major resistance zone. Now, when price head reaches the major resistance zone, you can see even here there was already a resistance, meaning that it could easily form an M structure. There was a resistance, pull back, again, price had to retrace a bit, then again he has reached up to that zone. So what could easily happen in this zone is this. Price can pull back, okay, to that zone. I'm just giving you the possibilities that could easily happen. Okay, forming an inverted head and shoulder, or when price breaks above this zone, expect it to just go straight until that zone. And even when it comes at this zone, expect it to keep going until that zone. It's all about having the buyers to gain more momentum to push price upwards. And remember the rule that I told you very well, trade what you see. So let us look at what can easily happen here, whether buyers will either push above here, or there will be rejections in the market for us to close the buys and at least do some small sales to get some small money out of this zone. But if price breaks above this zone, we shall add more entries, because this is our target. Because our target is something like 250 pips, meaning I'm supposed to be making something to deal with at least 300 or 250 $50 per 0.10 lot size. So what matters so much here is all about patience, and never to use our TradingView for your analysis, because TradingView is the perfect way to analyze your forex market. I wish all the best, guys. I don't do investments, I don't do account management. I trade using my own money. That's why you see that I show you small money and not a lot of money, because I trade using my own money. You get that? I don't do account management, all that bullshit. I don't do that. I wish all the best. The contact number is my WhatsApp contact. In case of my help, you can always reach out to me. Telegram link is always in the bio. I wish all the best, guys. Bye.